Okay, so today I'm going to be doing a personal best reconstruction slash breakdown that I got late last night. It was pretty hype, and I remembered the last layer, so I was able to get the reconstruction. So let's start off by slowly going through the solve, and I think you'll see why why it was pretty fast for a newer solver like me. So first off, the scramble should be on the screen. Make sure you start with yellow on top and red in front. Sorry, it's not WCA official. I don't usually bother orienting it after I finish my last solve, but it's still completely legitimate because it's generated by a computer and it's not possible for me to have any unfair knowledge about the solution, and that's just my opinion, but let's get to it. So feel free to try out the scramble and follow with me, or maybe even do a solve and see how fast you would have done it. So here we go. F2 D prime R2 F2 D prime R2 D F2 D prime R2 D R prime L prime D2 back Q L back L2 U back prime D2. Alright, so I'm just going to go through the solve. So first of all, cross. So I could definitely see the whole cross during inspection, like probably could have done it blindfolded quite easily. This is quite an easy cross, as you would expect from the PB. So this is only 2 moves away from being in its correct position relative to the blue piece. So green correct to blue relative to blue is very close, like very close to being correct. So that would just take an F and an L. So just undo that. So when I do that, I'll see this orange piece is going to be on top here. And then that puts it in the correct position relative to blue and green with just an F2. So it's just going to be F, L, F2, and then I've just got this piece which I can insert with 3 moves here, I think. So let me just do that real quick. So F, L, that piece goes in, this piece is here, that goes in, 1, 2, 3, and then D prime, and the cross is completely solved. That was pretty fast. So obviously the first pair is right here, that's pretty easy to spot, so I'm just going to insert that the usual way with U, R, U prime, R prime. And the next thing is these two. So there's the blue, so just line that up. This is one of my favorite ones to do. I can do that pretty fast. This pair came right past me, so that's, you know, I'm just going to insert that with, I think I did, I'm not, yeah, so just U prime, sorry, U prime, R, U prime, R prime, and then this, because I know I think I just quickly saw that this is yellow, this isn't red or green. So this has to be that, and it's red, so green has to be here, so I can see the green side here, so I just go like this. You know, the same on the mirror of the previous insert. So here I got to the end, I happen to know this OLL, I don't know full OLL yet, and I kind of panicked, I think, because I could tell I was going pretty fast, and I was like, oh man, gotta get this, so I did a U2, or something like that. Yeah, I definitely did a U2. And I just did the standard alg, R prime, U prime, M, U, R, U prime, wide R prime, wide small R prime, yeah, wide R prime. And then that gave me a PLL skip, so I just finished off with a U prime. So yeah, that was really easy solve. You can probably see why it was so fast. So because I could get the exact reconstruction, I get to do something cool and look at my average turns slash moves per second. So I made this table that shows what that was with a couple of common turn metrics. I was pretty happy with the moves per second. Obviously the most important thing is fluidity, because bursts of speed and long pauses will give you a really slow turns per second. So luckily in this solve the solution was so easy. I had super low recognition times, because I started 5 months ago and my look ahead doesn't really exist yet. Okay, so let's look over some good and bad things, starting with the bad. So I skimmed on inspection as always, and if I had figured out where the first pair was, I probably could have shaved off half a second or so. My OLL recognition was not the greatest because I did that U2 without thinking. Luckily this is what gives me the PLL skip, so it's not the worst thing. There was no look ahead, maybe a tiny bit, but almost no look ahead, and the solve is only good because of how easy each pair was for me to see, and that's about it without getting into the nitty-gritty details. So for the good, my rotations or lack thereof are pretty good here, and doing the slow solves and figuring out how to insert pairs without rotating really helped me in this solve, as unnecessary rotations would have made the subsequent pairs harder to see and insert, and they would have broken up the flow. So I was really in the zone for this. I'd probably done at least 50 solves beforehand, and my recognition time for each pair was pretty good for me. Look ahead would still be better, but I'm definitely happy with my performance in this solve. So the OLL execution speed was likely sub 2. I just tried it out for myself, the HOLL, a couple of times, and I can usually get it sub 2, which is pretty slow, but you know, for a beginner. So even with the nerves of an expected very fast solve, I was still able to get it without locking up too much, which is really nice. So like, to be fair, it is one of the easiest OLLs, so I can't be too proud of that. So now I'm going to do a quick redo of my solve to end, and thanks for watching.